Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave Koch, and today I'm going to talk about 5 things beginner editors get wrong when they are editing images. Let's keep in mind that it's a good thing that you're editing your own images, especially when you're a beginning photographer. You're going to have a lot of time on your hands, and you might as well learn editing techniques with that time so that you've got a better understanding of what goes into making a good picture, how lighting works, and all these things come together. You're going to learn a lot more and a lot faster by doing your own editing, and I praise you for doing that. These are 5 things that I think you're probably going to be doing that you need to catch yourself when you are doing them and fix them and not make them a habit. So let's look at 5 things that beginner editors do wrong. The first mistake is thinking HDR is going to cure all your problems. It's not. HDR is a tool, not the tool. And a lot of times you're going to find that some pictures look better than others. Sometimes a single exposure is going to be the answer for that room or that image. Sometimes combining them as layers and cutting in different parts will work better. And sometimes HDR will work better. HDR is faster, it's easier, but it is a crutch. Don't rely on it, and don't make it the only way that you know how to edit images. Number 2, skipping color correction. And I don't mean just color correcting the image as a whole, but I also mean taking out minor color inconsistencies throughout the image. A really good editor is going to make the same light across the whole image. That doesn't mean sucking all the color out of it either. It means making a realistic tone map of the whole image. If it's near sunset, then things are going to be a little bit more yellow, and that's okay. But make sure we know that it's near sunset and that your colors are justified. For instance, let's suppose you have a room that's lit in tungsten and there's a door open in the back and you're seeing a room that is not lit with tungsten with daylight coming in. You can't leave that open door turning blue. You have to correct for that. The opposite is true too. You don't want to see tungsten bright yellows in a back door or through a window or something like that when the room is correctly balanced. You want to balance all the colors throughout your image. Number 3 is a nasty one. You're gonna hate me, but lay off the saturation slider and stay the hell away from clarity. Do not touch clarity. Clarity is not a slider we use at all in real estate photography. If you're using it, you're over-processing your image. Stay away from over-processed images. And while we're on this subject, I'm going to tell you something I've found, and this is true for me and it's true for other people I've talked to. When you've been doing a long editing session, I think your eyes start to get a little tired and they get a little colorblind, if you will. Sometimes it's a good idea to edit a batch and then walk away for 20, 30 minutes, have dinner, go see your family, touch grass, be real. Then come back and look at your images again and be honest with yourself. Are they overdone? Are they nuclear? Do they look just totally god-awful? Well, go in there and take that saturation down. You don't need to oversaturate your images just to make them pop. Kind of expanding on that idea a little bit more, but in a more broad sense, once you're done with a whole house, look at all your images back to front, front to back, and see how they play against each other. Are you seeing differences in exposure or color room to room? Look at everything as a whole, not just in a single room, but living room to kitchen to bathroom. Are they all matching up? Does it look like one consistent house, or does it look like a bunch of random pictures? Consistency is super, super important. Our fifth point is one that you're going to hear over and over and over. Straighten your verticals. This can be alleviated on site by just leveling your camera and shooting straight on. But sometimes that's not possible, or you're working quick and you need to just knock out images or something like that. Lightroom has a great way of straightening up your verticals and cleaning up your lines. Use that. Do it in Photoshop if that's how you learned how to do it. I do it in Lightroom. But always, always, always straighten those verticals and make everything look square and right. And now I have a bonus tip for you. Once you're all done with all that, your pictures are all nicely matched in exposure and color, everything's feeling good. Now when you deliver them and tell a story. Put them in an order that walks you through the house. So it's not just a bunch of random images stacked together, but they actually go through and they tell a story and tell me about the house. That's going to step up your game a whole lot. Thank you very much for watching this video. These are just a couple of the things that I've noticed people doing, especially when they're new to editing. But again, I encourage you to keep editing and keep learning, because that's the only way you're going to grow. And the editing will pay off in making better photographs and will make you a better photographer, because now you'll know how to deal with different situations and what you can get away with in editing and what you can't. And that's super, super important in our jobs. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, please let me know. And may your next image be your best image.